Okay, so here's why you should or shouldn't buy Serum. I was one of those people who was like, Vital appears to be just like a free version of Serum. They seem to be the same. Why would I ever pay for Serum when I can get Vital for free? And I've been using Vital for months on this channel. It's been like the go-to, I want to build my own synth tool I use. But I've been following this tutorial today, and I was following some tutorials yesterday, and if you watched yesterday's video, you heard me complaining about the fact that like when I did the thing in Vital that these guys were doing in Serum, I wasn't getting the same sound. I couldn't figure out why, and there was a few moments where I was like, oh, I can kind of see why. There's a few different things that happen. This is a great tutorial, by the way. Phenom sound, I'll put it down below. If you have Serum and you want to make this sort of sound, go watch that video. It gave me a good sound. I'll show. I mean, this is the sound I made. It's a good sound. But through Splice, you can get Serum for free for 3 days. And I was like, let's try it. Let's see what Serum's all about. So I made the synth exactly as he made it. And then I tried to make it and follow along in Vital as well, getting as close as I could. There's a few things you have to fudge, right? Serum's got like a sub oscillator, while Vital has 3 oscillators, none of which are dedicated to being a sub. So you kind of have to like make one into a sub here. And it also, by default, is limited to only having one noise sample, which is kind of an ongoing theme here. We'll see. It also doesn't have a tube distortion, which is the default distortion type in Serum. I think this might be the biggest thing if you're someone who's like trying to follow a Serum tutorial in Vital. You can really get to distortion. This is probably the biggest spot where your sound is almost always going to depart because of the distortion types that they use. But so often by default, they're just leaving it on the tube distortion. So like this is the sound I made in Serum. Here's the closest analog I was able to make it Vital. There's one huge thing that I wasn't able to mimic, and that was the filter. I tried to like do sort of similar to what he does with the filter, but the big thing, here's the big reason why you should buy Serum over Vital. It's if that like neurofunk sound is exactly what you like. If you're trying to make sounds like other EDM artists that you like there's bass sounds, you're like, I just want to be able to put that bass into my sound. It does seem that a lot of the EDM scene makes their sounds through Xverse stuff. OTT is like the thing that, like, when I started putting OTT, this compressor, if you don't know, this is a free compressor. Go get this compressor if you don't have it. It's a multi-band compressor. I started putting this on my sounds. Instantly, it started sounding more like the EDM I knew and loved. And because if you like EDM, like you like Skrillex and stuff like that, you like this sound. And if you like EDM, if you like Skrillex, you like the sounds that Serum makes. There are so many little nuances to Serum that are different than Vital that when you start stacking lots of things on, do make just different sounds. While this Vital sound is a good sound. I don't know what that like high pitch that keeps happening is, but like it's a good sound. There's nothing wrong with that sound. It's just not the sound I was trying to make. And when I was following these Serum tutorials, there's just so many things that are different. Like for instance, in this Serum, maybe I should turn off some things here. Like when I turn this FM knob, that's a cool sound. It is very different than when I turn the FM knob in Vital here. If I do the same thing, kind of turn off all these things, give me just this sound. And if you go and just build like the exact same thing in both Vital and Serum, and then put an FM knob on one of the oscillators and turn it, it sounds different. Because whatever it's doing to FM the two is different at a fundamental level. And that sort of thing continues to play out. The distortion is different. The compressor, while being similar, is different. It's not that the sounds are, it's not that it's not compressing, it's not that it's not distorting, it's just that the sound you're used to and that your ear goes, yes, that's the sound I'm looking for, is a sound that was made with a Serum distortion, with a Serum compressor. There are also a lot of things I found just through this like 1 day of using Serum that are like, man, that's so so nice. So like when you look at the filters and stuff like that, there's just like so many different, there's so many more filters to use in Vital, or in Serum, excuse me. There's also so many more noise types just that come in the box with it, right? You can go get your own noise types. You probably can get filter settings for Vital. The community is really good about making all this stuff. Like, it's a beautiful, wonderful tool that's so powerful. You can do so much with Vital. But like, if you're someone that wants to just tinker with sounds and you enjoy making new sounds and you actually want your sound to sound different than the sound of majority of EDM, stick with Vital. Like, it's a great option, right? And you're gonna discover new sounds, right? But if you're trying to make things that you've heard before in your own, in music, like this, I've been wanting to make a bass that sounds like that for a long time. And it's not that I want my music to sound like everybody else's. I just want to know how everybody else makes their music so that I can then, deviate from it. And here's the thing. I think you probably could really finagle with Vital and like eventually get a sound that's actually way closer than what I got. I don't know, hopefully this helps. Maybe if you're someone who's like in the market and thinking about buying Serum, but like, is it really that much different? Should I learn Vital instead? Hopefully this is helpful to you. I will say the wealth of Serum tutorials is awesome, and being able to just one-to-one just follow along and by the end have exactly the sound they made, pretty cool. And maybe with a little bit more work and a little bit less money, you could pull off exactly what they're pulling off in Vital. But don't let someone tell you that they're like exactly the same platform, because there are things like that FM thing and like the distortion and stuff like that where it's just like, it's just actually limited. It is not, they're not the same. They're just different things. So hopefully that helps. That's all we have time for today. Making basses, making music there. See you guys tomorrow for some more. Bye-bye.